Welcome to another episode of MC Anime. I'm MC Anime, and then we also have Leah here as well.
Hey everybody, welcome back.
So yeah, we are in the 23rd episode of MC Anime. Today we're talking about Hitman Reborn. It's a pretty good anime. It's under the radar, but it's worth watching. So when you first thought of Hitman Reborn, what you thought it was about?
When I first looked at it, to be honest, because of the way the like main character has like flames kind of in the front of his hair, it kind of reminded me of like Yu-Gi-Oh with the
Okay.
dramatic hair, so I didn't know what it would exactly be about. Um, but the like cover art for the picture I saw looked like everybody in suits, so I figured it had to do something probably with the mafia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was close enough. And then I
Right.
actually watched it, and it took a completely different direction than what I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
I wasn't expecting a baby hitman. Like no matter what I would have thought, a baby hitman was never gonna be in the cards. Like you didn't tell me that I was supposed to see that. It starts in the very beginning, so you just sit me in blind. So I
Oh, I
just
know. I
so
knew
I
there was
just
a
spent
baby
hours
hitman.
just baffled, just staring at my screen. But it was still really funny, and I still really liked it. I just was so thrown off, so
Well,
thrown off.
okay. If I told you it was a baby hitman, would you actually watch it?
I mean, yeah, I probably would have watched it with more enthusiasm. Like when I first started, I was like, oh, okay, so it's kind of like '90s style. They've got like the like big old eyes. It has kind of like the Yu-Gi-Oh Digimon kind of art style, and then it's like a baby hitman, and like was was not ready for that at all. I mean, like a magical, like what is it? What is it? Is it like a chameleon, like a gecko that he has? Whatever it is, but it's
The
still good.
baby hitman, it's all of them are different generations, and there's like different styles to the hitman, but they also possess like more of the strength than you would have thought than a baby would have.
It's absolute madness. It's
I
good,
mean,
but
we can describe what a baby hitman is.
we can. But we should probably explain what the
Yeah.
show is because right now all they're hearing me scream about the baby hitman, and fans are gonna be concerned. Do you want to explain
Uh,
that? Because you'd love this show.
oh yeah, I love the show. And the more you watch it, the more you just get like it starts a little slow, I would admit that. But once it takes off, you just keep want to watch more and not want to stop. Alright. So there's a no putting it lightly. Susumu Sakura is not just no good. He's clumsy, talentless, and desperately in love with the school idol, a girl so completely out of his league, dubbed the loser Tsuana by his classmates. He seems to be very like personified by failure in the skies of a middle schooler. Boring, his boring life takes an extraordinary twist when he encounters the mysterious Reborn, who happens to be a hitman and shockingly a baby, sent from the strongest mafia family in Italy. He is assigned the daunting mission of preparing the middle school to succeed the ninth boss of the notorious Vongola family, who's on the brink of retirement. Does he know that he has a head, bleh, rough road ahead of him? With the help of the new criminal affiliates, his spectacular home tutor, even Lusa Tsuana can achieve greatness. What do you think of that plot line?
I didn't read it before I watched. All I is to watch it because you were like, we did a Baki episode. We're gonna do a Hitman Reborn, and I was like, that's fair. So I watched it, but honestly, it's pretty spot on because like um when you even start the show, like Suna, he gets low grades, he's not popular. And even the way that he starts to like kind of become a bit more popular and make
Yeah.
friends through the help of his like special mafia assassin tutor baby. um it's still like people are like, you're weird. Like they're like, but I like it. Somehow it's working for you. It's very strange, but yeah, he is a loser. Unfortunately, he
Yeah.
can't. He tries really hard, and then he notices that everyone also like is trying hard, so he should stop complaining. So he does have that redeeming quality. He at least knows that like I should be better. He just can't. He's just bad at everything.
Oh yeah. Now let's go to the Hitman baby real quick. Not only is he Hitman Reborn, but he's also the like aide to the Vongola family,
Hmm.
and he can assassinate you anytime he wants.
So I think they call him like what, Chibi
Yeah,
in the
the
show. So
Hawkeye.
yeah, and he's just like, he's a tiny black haired, big old like black owled eye like toddler that walks around with like an orange striped fedora on. And he just pops up out of places to help Suna get through whatever situation he's going through, and also kind of like teach him how to be more manly and confident. But he
Yeah.
has all these weird hiding places that he pops out of, that he's like, oh yeah, this is just one of our secret hiding places. And I'm just like, he really could kill you from anywhere. Um
The actual name of the show is Hitman Reborn, and Reborn is actually the name of the character that is the person helping Tsuana. So
I
the actual, yeah,
right.
yeah.
You're probably right.
Well, no,
I
I
can't
am right.
I can't
His
remember
name is
his name.
Reborn. His name is Reborn.
See, I can't remember that because also I don't know, it's not a spoiler. It happens like every episode several
Yeah.
times. But the tiny assassin, the way he helps Suna, who is this hopeless, like Shinji loser, is that he shoots him in the forehead with a gun.
Yeah.
And the bullet causes him to scream out, reborn. He screams out the word reborn as he turns into like his stronger, more determined self. So I did not realize the hitman's name was Reborn. I just
Yeah.
thought it was just him screaming out the word Reborn, which makes it weirder. Now that you told me that. No, like I was gonna keep watching the show anyway because there's like 9, 8 seasons, but now
Oh
that's gonna
yeah.
make it weird. I'm like, why are you yelling out the baby's name? Just just transform. It's like
Well,
a
don't
it's like a
forget he's not
magical
the
girl,
only one.
but for
Reborn
fight.
is not the only Arcobello. Bellio. That's what they're called, Arcobello. And they're
Yeah.
actually the pacifier that actually makes him in that stance. It's like cussing a young body for whatever maluse it is. But the true form is actually a tall, lean man, yellow long sleeves instead of his blazer. So it was just interesting perceptions of the Arcobello and how the different ones like or the statuses. There's like I think 7 or 8. I'm not sure. But you see them later in the seasons as they progress. So let's go back to Tsunoda. So he has the loser status. Can't really achieve much except for the help of Reborn. How do you think his reaction? Seeing his reaction to all of this, how do you feel him as a character?
Who, Reborn himself?
No, Tsuna.
Oh, like I already told you, he's pretty he's not inspiring as an individual on his own. It takes a lot, like, because also he's the best way to
Yeah,
describe it, if you took a normal person and then you put them in an anime universe, because he's just doing his best. He's getting below average grades. He's not good at sports. He's not popular at all. He's just a guy in high school. But everyone else who's in the high school has either some type of, you know, dyed hair that is some like eccentric color
Middle school, by the
or
way.
intense personality type.
Actually, middle
Super dangerous.
school.
There's one guy who's just all about grenades. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, so it's been like that because his first underling. So whenever I look at Suna, I'm just like, you're as normal as it gets. And I don't know if I can fault him for that compared to everyone else. Like everyone else around him has some type of assassin ability or like something extra to them. He just needs a little like bullet to the forehead sometimes to get him out there. And I'm okay with that.
Would you say that you were like that in middle school or high school? That normal?
Oh no, I was awesome.
You are awesome.
Oh
Oh
yeah, no.
no. She's
Oh no.
already
It's
bragging
been a
how good
movie.
she is. Oh god.
Oh no. I mean, but he does the one
Yeah.
thing though is that even when he's like not very confident, if he sees other people trying very hard, you do see him try and put in the same effort even before he gets extra help.
Mhm.
So I like that.
Oh
That I
yeah. So what? So now we have the reaction of him going to the Mafia family. I really think it's funny that Reborn can also exceeds at being a tutor to help him with his grades. Like I don't that right there. It's like, oh yeah, you're an assassin that knows is also educated.
I'm not surprised by that. I mean, hard to be an expert assassin in any field or any country if you're dumb. Like you might accidentally blow yourself up or something. So I like that
Yeah.
I think it just makes it funnier because he's a baby. Like and then he also sleeps
Mhm.
open. So he'll teach
Yeah.
you and help you with all your stuff. He's just in a baby's body for most of the show. But
Yeah.
he is a good teacher. Like Suna does become smarter than
Or
what he
somewhat
was.
smarter.
He becomes smarter than what he was
He
before.
becomes he doesn't become below average, he becomes average.
Average, and that's better than 15% he was getting. My boy wasn't even
So
placed on the board, so
uh so no okay, so he's the 10th boss of the Vongola family, as he's the oh no great grandson of the first vanilla boss,
mhm.
who moved from Japan from Italy. So he doesn't even know that he has his like the three different great generations of a family. That's just kind of weird. Like three generations of great. Like what the heck?
I don't think
It's
it's weird. They explained it pretty well. They were like, "Yeah, your great grandfather, he took some time off, came to Japan, got into some stuff, uh, ended up having a baby, and then he just went back home." So, like, I can
yeah,
absolutely see his family having no idea that, like, or maybe the great grandfather just never said who he really was. But
maybe.
it's Suna's problem now
Well,
because
Tsuana is the 10th generation, though.
he, he's the
Like
next
it's
heir. Um,
yeah,
but that is why Reborn came to Japan is to
yeah.
bring him and make him more because he's also it's like in order for him to take over the mafia family, he has to beat the other ones.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and he at this when you first meet him, you don't even realize that's where the story's going.
Oh yeah.
Um,
He's very vulnerable.
yeah. So like I think as you watch the
Mm,
first couple episodes and get through season one, you're not gonna believe in this kid to take over a mafia family. You're
yeah.
not gonna be like, "This is the guy." You're gonna do say what everyone else has been saying. Like all the episodes I've seen, they're just like, "This is the guy.
Mm.
This guy over. Oh,
Oh
wow. All right,
oh
I can see him."
yeah. And also, Reborn's teaching method is dying will bullet. which causes the person to reborn with a stronger self to execute his dying wish.
That's really messed up. He calls it like a desperation. So instead of
Yes.
the desperation bullet, it is that he's like, yeah. So if I shoot you with this, whatever your regret is, you get like what 20 minutes, 30 minutes to like accomplish it. Like you come back with this unwielding desire to accomplish it and ability, and nothing
Yeah.
can for the most part. Like Suna gets hit by a truck, episode 1. But also, for some reason, it makes you also tear off your clothes, like peel out of it like a butterfly from a cocoon. Why?
Yeah. I don't
Why?
know. It's just so much energy in your body that you're not used to. I don't know what else it would be.
But but it did the exact thing that I would think it would do to anybody if I saw them like get off the ground after getting shot in the head and they just peel out of their clothes. I would be out. I would be like, I don't like any of this.
It's a peeling like a banana.
Oh, oh, I just want to be assassinated now. Just no, no magic bullets for me, please. The regular.
You don't have that. You just with the regular.
Just the regular. My
Oh
special.
my gosh.
Uh,
Uh,
but
oh gosh.
I really did like the show. It was actually funnier than what I was
Mm,
expecting, but it does remind me of like old school like Saturday cartoons.
yeah.
Um, it's definitely something I could see waiting each week to watch.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
because I never watched this when I was younger, and it's got 8, 9 seasons, so I don't know where this was.
Oh yeah. Because more of the seasons get by. I think the first line of conflict is you know, poses the Haiku Junior High School students to Varia. The Vongola Assassin Squad want their boss Exan okay, Exan X to be the vanilla boss. So, you know, we have another branch of the family trying to fight for the Mafia position of Vanolia, which I think is interesting because, it still fits with the Mafia theme and you have to do like a montage to train to defend your title since he just is the heir. What do you think of that plot?
I mean, it's to be expected. If I
Yeah.
find that the next heir for like the throne or the head of the mafia family is some wimpy like 14, 15-year-old who can't pass like a math test, like yeah, I'm gonna come and try and murder that guy. If that means I get all the power, that's absolutely what I'm gonna do. I'm like, that's the easy one. So I think that's a really good arc to
Oh
have,
yeah,
especially if it's gonna like keep leading up to bigger and bigger fights. I think that's a great
yeah.
place to start.
Okay, so what do you think of this? They have to recruit the schoolmates as the Vanola Guardians, like Hayato, uh, Chisa, Yamamoto, uh, Sasuke Waihu, the older brother, and then Kaiya, and then Lambo, which is interesting to me.
I love Lambo.
Oh my gosh, Lambo!
He's
Uh,
First off, Lambo is also another like toddler baby assassin guy, but he's dressed like a cow. And
yeah,
only thing that I've seen him do is constantly try to assassin Reborn and then fail.
it failed.
Like he like either like drops his grenades or he gets hit by something or he falls off something and he just tries to hold in the tears because it hurts. Cutest thing in the world. You're just watching this man do his best, this like baby man, and he just sits there. He's like, hold it in, try not to cry. I freaking
Yeah,
love him.
and then we also have Chrome. You know, so I don't know. There's a very interesting cast. We have the explosive expert that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
We have
Hayato.
Yamamoto who loves baseball and thinks the mafia is a game.
Oh, he's so dumb. I forgot about that
Yeah,
guy.
no.
Oh,
Uh,
he's
Sachua, the captain of the school boxing club. Kai, Kaiko's older brother, and the head perfect, uh, Kaira. Hey, boy. So, what do you think of them as well?
um I like Hayato when he was like
Hmm.
introduced by the fact that he was like he clearly part of the mafia, and just the fact that like I think he was like they called me Hurricane Rain Hayato, and I was like that's an interesting thing to tell someone before you murder them.
uh,
He's about
yeah.
is like dropping grenades. I think the whole crew is good. The only one I don't know what her skill is Chrome.
Well, okay. Uh, okay. So Mikuro, right?
Is
One of
that
like the villain in that season, whatever.
yeah.
Chrome's connection is that she is somehow linked with him in a weird way, like alter persona, but he's taking refuge in her body. I don't know. It's just
A whole lot happening. All right.
character outline. Let's see. Trident used by Momoko as her main weapon that can be reconstructed as it breaks. Uh, okay, so yeah, she receives the Miss Vanilla box, which uses her Damien Spade Devil lens that can see through any illusions. So her power's like illusions.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in action in. Um,
Yeah.
a really strong team. Like they're all, as far as I've seen, they're all loyal to Suna, who's just
And
again doing his best, just to
and in
survive.
the future arc, we see Lambo take on a more stronger role, but it's not the current Lambo you know. So it's kind of interesting.
Well, I am interested because I'm in season one, so I what the heck happens in like seven. Because again, it's like the fact that you realize that this kid's supposed to take over a
uh,
boss family, not it's not computing in my brain. I am not able to figure out how he gets there. I have zero faith in him. I have faith in everybody else and in his team. I have faith in Reborn, but Suda,
oh yeah.
no, not really.
Have you been introduced to the Vera, the Vanilla Assassin Squad yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. So yeah, those are the I guess the first enemy group, which is like fighting within the family itself, which is not which makes sense because the mafia is like, well, if you're on the throne, I can be on the throne, kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, you just gotta take out who's ever next up in line, and very clearly, um,
Hmm.
if if Reborn hadn't actually showed up in Japan to like do something to help Suna, then I feel like they would have found him and just like taken him out. Him and his mom, who is just weirdly cool with everything.
Yes,
We got
she
fire
is.
in like episode one, like, do you need a tutor or whatever? And it's a really funny letter because it's like we can take your child and like turn them into the leaders of tomorrow or something, which he was being completely serious about. But then he starts staying at the house. She's just letting these people stay in her house.
Oh
Why?
yeah.
He tucks him in the bed. And I'm just like, why?
Wait, what
Ma'am.
in the what in the bed? He just the baby?
Yeah, the baby.
Yeah.
Like Reborn like hops into bed at one point and like is just falls asleep and she tucks him in. The lesson's over. We should get him home. I don't know. But weirdly
I mean, it's just like Ichigo's dad. The ex Soul Reaper knows everything going on.
yeah, that's true. She's like, well, my baby's learning, and that's it. That is the extent of her cares.
Maybe she actually knows that the vanilla family is actually into the bloodline. So
That could be true. That could
I
be very.
don't think it's confirmed that she knows, but I think there was some part. I don't know. She wasn't shocked when they told her everything, like in the limelight. Oh man,
Old school anime moms were weirdly okay with a lot of stuff. Like,
like it's so weird.
so weird. It's like Ash's mom from Pokemon, where she's like, "All right, I mean,
Oh my gosh,
you're 13,
she's
you're gonna go.
going on a journey.
All right, good luck, buddy," and just sends her son off, and you can just come home whenever you want.
uh,
There's no
oh,
anniversaries, there's no
oh,
birthdays.
yeah. Then Ash never turns not to be older than 10 and just keeps being 10 in the universe. Oh my gosh.
Home as long as he doesn't come home. Like as he stays young forever, as long as he doesn't stay in the house. So he's
Oh,
actually just
he's
to save
yeah,
her son.
he's 10 years old actually when he embarks on the journey.
It's ridiculous. She was tired of being a mom. She was like, "This is for the birds. You got to go."
Oh gosh. I mean, at least Ash can get himself together than Tsuana. I think Tsuana needs so much help, but Ash had little help.
That is very true. I don't know why Suda. He is weirdly useless, but he is also hilariously funny when he has the like desperation bullet shot into him.
Yeah.
He's hilarious with his ambitions. Also, the fact that Reborn like he asked Reborn, he was like, "What if I
Yeah.
don't have regrets when you shoot me?" He's like, "Well, I am an assassin." And like smiles looking at I'm like, "Don't smile." You're gonna accidentally murder him one of these days thinking you're healthy. Not good. It's not okay.
uh, oh my gosh. So you want to go to like the supporting characters' weapons now,
Um,
or
we can get into it.
okay? So funny enough, Tsuana actually does fight, but he doesn't fight with the traditional type weapon. His weapon is literally bare hands, and he has gloves that actually help him out doing that. It's literally just like the gloves without the fingertips. That's what he uses to do his powers with the flame.
I mean, who
What do you
doesn't
think about?
like gloves?
What do
It's
you
like
think
a rock.
about that?
I mean, I think it's kind of spot on. I can't imagine him with a weapon,
Hmm.
or like a specialty thing. So I can see
Yeah,
being more so like what fits his character. Because I think it's also really
yeah,
easy in shows like old school shonen shows. Like if you have a weapon, sometimes it's just like a gimmick. Like
yeah.
it's just something that adds to what you are as a character. I like him with just the fist
Oh
and the
yeah,
gloves that like match the flame on his forehead.
oh
I
yeah. And these gloves are like metallic type gloves, so it gives like a metallic type feel. It feels like the robot glove, but when he puts it on, it's like a perfect X on it as well,
mhm.
indicating different factors when he fights with it. And different forms have like the blue gem with the X across it. There's also other versions as well. But it's really cool to seeing how it upgrades and how it, throughout the anime, it actually has different forms.
Yeah, I have not seen the later seasons to
Mhm.
know. Does it like is it like a magical upgrade that he gets, or do they use different bullets to give him
Uh, it's mostly because he unlocks the I think the truth flame. Not sure, but he unlocks like the no the will. His will becomes a lot stronger, so his power is determined by willpower.
the
How much
dying?
will he has.
Okay,
Yeah, the more willpower he has, the more strength he possesses.
I see. I see. Okay.
Yeah, it's like based on that principle alone that he's able to fight. So his ability actually presents itself in a interesting way as well.
You guess a tiger? I'm sorry. No, that's a lion.
Huh?
No,
Tiger.
keep going. Keep going. No, I
Okay.
read.
Oh, and then we get to Hayako. He's the storm guardian, so which is pretty much his explosives doing the crimes and all that stuff. What do you think about that?
What for his
Yeah,
abilities?
yeah, he uses dynamite, just flipping sticks of dynamite to fight in the beginning season.
I mean, I thought that was actually pretty freaking hilarious. Like, I thought it was so funny that he was like, you know what? If I can't kill you with like he threw like he did the first wave, and then he did like a second wave, which was twice as many. So he went from throwing like eight, six, and he tried to throw like 24 at a time, drop some all around him. It was ridiculous. I was like, sir, you are not like get it together. And he's an assassin, so I thought it was
Yeah,
that you normally you think of an assassin as being quiet or like being
yeah.
sneaky and sleek, and this man's just throwing dynamite. There's nothing like
Hmm.
sleek and like inventive about it. He's just throwing dynamite near you or sticking it on you, and then you go
Oh
boom.
yeah,
So I like that, but I do know that he gets like
yeah,
other stuff as the seasons go on.
yeah. He gets more powerful. This brings us to Yamamoto. He has the best reflexes and stamina of all the Viola, giving him a natural advantage. Second strongest student, but the young, yeah. Of all the Guardians, has the highest chance to be a great hitman.
He is very dumb.
Yeah.
He he and Suna, like sometimes I think they're they could be, because like he doesn't believe that there's a mafia trying to murder Suna. I don't know
Oh yeah.
why. Like it doesn't, like when he first met Hayato, when him and
Mhm.
Suna were fighting and he was throwing dynamite around, he thought it was a game. He's picking up
Yeah.
like, oh wow, guys, what are you doing? It's like
Uh,
trying not to die.
yeah. I think it's kind of funny what his weapon actually is. He takes baseball, which is like natural the pitcher, and transforms it into like the weaponry of a sword. Really weird. And you have the baseball bat that use to strike the ball. Well, now he has the sword to strike enemies down. I don't know what you think about that.
I mean, I think they kind of they align for his character arc. Because if he's the captain of the baseball team or just on the baseball team, um, swinging with a bat and swinging with a sword, they've got
Mhm.
similar motions, two different forms naturally, but I think it's the best fitted item for him. I couldn't see him with something
Yeah.
else. I couldn't see him with like a gun.
Oh yeah.
And no, in the
And
in the manga art for him with the
mhm.
sword is actually really cool. The
Yeah.
he's got like
And
blue effects to it and everything.
yeah, he gains the affinity of rain. So it actually becomes like rain and tranquility and full body paralyzing. It's kind of interesting. This rain doesn't you don't usually see it paralyzing you, so it's kind of weird in that way.
Yeah, I wouldn't think of rain as paralysis.
I mean, I guess it's like I don't know. That's really weird.
I would think,
Maybe it's paralysis in the sense that like it takes you and you just hypnotized by the rain and has that weird effect sometimes.
hmm,
Like the hot shower, you just don't want to leave.
maybe,
I don't know. It's like kind of like a stretch.
maybe. Well, all I can do is figure it out with them.
Yeah, exactly. So now we go to Ryo. He's the other character with the white hair. What do you
Uh,
think of him? he introduced yet?
Yeah, he's on the boxing team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, something I read about him that I thought was funny is because when you're introduced to him, like the all every time you see him, he's like training or running or boxing in the air or something. Like one of the weaker guardians on the team. Like
Yeah.
all that effort, I was like, he's still one of the weakest. Well, he tried, and that's all that matters. But I do like that he's really like strong, and he has a very strong will as well, which is
Yeah.
what you kind of need on a team with so many different personalities.
And also with him, not only does he have like enough power to crush boulders in the later episodes, it also gives him the ability to fly. He can have healing. He also is given the sun affinity box
Yeah,
weapon, maximum break, hyper activates his nerves and muscles, making him much stronger and faster. So, but he only has a limit for 3 minutes when he uses his power. So you have to keep that in check. He's like the pride of the sun and seven deadly sins. You can only have your power at like peak point, and then it diminishes.
burns out. And I think that's kind of similar with a lot of like flame users.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, it's unfortunate too because like he's really fast, like he's quick and he has a lot of strength in him, but he doesn't have
yeah.
much endurance. And so I
But he's
couldn't
a boxer, so how does he not have the endurance for a boxer to take multiple hits?
still do they do fights and quick sprints. They're
Ah,
not
true.
yeah. And then that's why there's so many rounds in boxing. So for him, I can absolutely see it. And again, they set them up perfectly. It just sucks that for the person who trains the hardest, they burn out the quickest.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Let's go with. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Let's go to Hibari real quick. Disciplinary committee at the school. Spice task delinquent who uses violence to create his own form of order in the school. What's your opinion of him, the black hair?
Oh, okay. Another grumpy Sasuke type. This one
Sasuke type?
like he's such a weird juxtaposition because he's like the head of the disciplinary committee. So normally in like Japanese school, that's supposed to like uphold the honor system, the code of ethics and all of that for students. And instead, like he is like trying to throw kids out windows, saying that they're cluttering up his room. He tried to fight Reborn on site. Like he was completely fine with beating up a baby. He is a very, very violent individual. Violent for no reason. But he's really strong and he has like really great abilities. So I think he's one of the more impressive guardians that they actually have.
Yeah, he has no qualms in beating down those he deems weak when he calls herbivores. He calls them herbivores. That's what he calls them when he calls them to be weak. It's just so weird to me.
Yeah, I think it's noticed that like in the show, um he's the strongest guardian, one of the strongest guardians, but he also has
Yeah,
barely lost a fight. And I
yeah,
think if he's lost a fight, it's not been I don't know if he's had any wipeouts.
yeah.
Um and I'm just
And
like, I'm proud of him.
mhm. He's the cloud guardian too. So he
Cloud.
can take the cloud wave energy and the purple flames which possess the progression. Yeah, protation characteristics. Yeah,
Yeah, and he uses a pair of tonfas, which are
yeah.
essentially
The
like hooks and swords.
Yeah, it's a weird object because the handle's at the top and it has like the similar motion of like not a bayonet, but Oh, what the police use?
A baton.
Oh, the
It's like a
baton. Yeah,
yeah, it's like
it's
a
like the
baton
baton, but with the sticks at
with with
the
blades on.
back.
It's got extra weaponry added to it. He's so
It's,
fast. He's fast. He's strong.
and if you underestimate him, he gets you by surprise too.
Sweet kid. Great kid.
Sweet kid.
One of the best. Just sweet kid.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. You said sweet kid. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Using his frame characteristics, the hedgehogs can multiply, expand its spikes, or go into a huge spike sphere that can either damage everything it touches or encase people with a airtight space. Interesting. So much that when you cease to suit yourself, uh, also equates special boxes, tofas or hedgehogs. What do you think of him using hedgehogs?
I mean, all of the warriors, or I mean, all of the
Yeah,
guards have like some type of like
animal.
animal, like
Mm,
manifestation and ally. I
yeah.
like the hedgehog because that isn't what you would expect. I don't know why in my mind I'm like, oh yeah, that guy could definitely have like a snake or a wolf, and they gave him like a freaking hedgehog on the outside. They're like, but he's soft and fluffy and sensitive on the other side. And I'm like, no, he isn't. I'm like, no, he isn't. That kid is so ready to kill people at any time.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we have to talk about Lambo for a quick too.
Ah, yes, Lambo.
uh, Infant assassin goes to Japan to kill the Hitman Reborn. Upon his failure, starts to live with Reborn's pupil, future boss of the lawyer Mafia, Tsuana. So yeah, they take care of him, yet he's the guardian of lightning for some reason.
I mean, he strikes fast and he's not very precise, so I can see that. I can see that. I think
Oh, what?
with like the later in the show where you
Hmm.
say that he gets like more screen time and more influence,
Yeah,
I'm seeing that he gets better at controlling his powers and whatever scheme that he tries to set up. Because when we first meet him,
yeah.
he's not that good at it.
How about his 10-year bazooka?
What now?
His 10-year bazooka.
I don't know what that.
And it's basically he transformed into his future self from 10 years later, nicknamed Adult Lambo.
Oh,
So
oh,
yeah, that's how he is able to. He's like on a timer that he can be in that form. They can take on tougher opponents since he's still so young.
interesting. You know what? I guess that makes sense because like when you're introduced to him, he's like 5 years old,
Yeah,
and you're like, why? Whose child is this? And so he's able to like switch his age and adjust it. Okay, I didn't know he could do that. So now I'm excited
yeah.
to happen.
It's I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's with the Bovio family, so I don't know. Yeah, let's see. He first appears on Tucson's window and tries to kill Reborn. However, he's completely crybaby and no match for Reborn. Lambo's original name was an Italian car maker, Lamborghini. Wow. Lamborghini with Lambo? I did not expect that. Did you?
I feel like that was the easiest one to go with because if
What?
you're
You didn't
lamb,
think that his name was Lamborghini, did you?
why would it not be Lamborghini? Why would it be anything but Lamborghini? That makes
Wait,
so much.
did you? It makes sense, but did you know that was his real name?
No, but it doesn't also surprise me if someone was like, "Oh yeah," if you would have said, "Let's talk about Lamborghini," I would have been like, "Why are we talking about cars?" I'd have been like, "Yep, Lambo, my 95-year-old cowboy." like, like I probably would have completely rolled with it.
Oh my gosh, I should have done that then. He has like the appearance of a bison or a cow.
Yeah, I thought he was a
Uh,
cow.
I don't know what he is. He's like a bison, cow, whatever. Yeah, he's a cow. Let's just
He's
say
a
that.
cow, uh, and he has like, is that hair? It's an afro. Yeah, so it's his hair that's around him.
Afro circus, Afro. And for anyone that doesn't know what that reference was Madagascar. But oh man. Though, here's a funny thing about adult Lambo. He's shown to be handsome, remains a crybaby, and often says that he's implied his future self cleaning toilets. So yeah. Still
Uh,
possesses the electric skin, however, has another ability called the Thunder Set. Summons lightning and charges it through his body. So it's kind of interesting how he attacks.
okay. So he's just like one big electrical outlet, but he also changed his age. Oh,
Yeah, and he also can shoot himself twice with the 10-year cannon, so he can age like 20 years in one go.
my boy's got powers. He does look cool when he switches ages. I just think I think like it's good that I guess like if he gets too upset, he can accidentally change his age without meaning to. That's
Yeah,
that's hilarious. He's like a puffer fish. that's that's funny. Oh, he's so cute.
and Lambo's kind of cool, but now we have to talk about Chrome, for example. I don't know. I think Chrome's history is a little interesting because she's like her affiliation with the ex-villain um Makito. Did you see uh Mikiro anytime in the plot?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't have much on Chrome or Mikiro.
Well, they're like I basically heads and tails of the same flip of a coin kind of thing. I don't, it's really weird how that is.
Okay.
Nice and kind girl, very loyal, uh, who she loves and willing to put her life on the line. She's too shy and timid to point out she runs away. Any sign of kindness. Uh, yeah. Her weapon of choice is a trident.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So not only does she have like the mist box and all that stuff, but she's able to use Darien Spade double lens that can see through any illusions. She's unable to use his power since it takes it with him. So so she kind of has an upgrade with Makiro in a way, but then Makiro separates himself from her. They're not in the same body, but she still is able to use the previous abilities, just not as much.
Hmm.
Let's see. She's also been able to shown to use two of Makiro's six path of reincarnation, illusions, and summoning animals. Those are the powers that she can use from Makiro. It's kind of interesting.
I mean, I
So,
think it's cool with animals. That sounds amazing.
oh yeah, she eventually be strong enough to recreate her own organs, which is kind of kind of like on the mystic side to me. You know, I don't know. That trident stole me off. Like someone with illusions has a trident. That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, but I mean, I guess that's the same as with the like water and paralysis that
Yeah,
go.
like would the trident be water instead?
Yeah, yeah.
Like all the Atlanteans with the trident and Aquaman, like literally depict them with a trident. Even Poseidon has a trident. Makes no sense. And I guess Mist does have that like mystic factor, so I guess in some way the connection to water is there. But it's like the connection with water where it's foggy and you like seeing illusions and you your senses are all thrown off.
Mm.
I'm making another stretch. It's like, yeah, I don't know.
I'm like, I could see you trying to make it make sense, but I don't know.
Oh my god. So yeah, that's the full squad that Tsuna handpicks to be part of his new Guardians, and they summon the Guardians. So what do you think? Was the Tsuna choosing the Guardians be really good for the show, or the Guardians supporting Tsuna?
I think they supported him. Honestly, I mean, like it's the same way that almost all those like shonen shows go, where it's like you have the underdog usually who is gonna like undertake this huge journey and task or whatever, and then he kind of garners friends and allies as he goes forward. But for Suna, it's not really because like he has the talent himself. He gets a lot of help. So he gets a lot of help, and then people slowly start joining his side. So I think they definitely supported him so that way he could defeat the ninth boss,
Yeah.
and take over and like claim his destiny. What about
Yeah.
you?
Um. Yeah. But it also they had to rely on him for so long before he actually gained his power to fight with himself. Like he had to do a training arc just to master his powers that he never thought he had.
Mm, I have no idea. I'm only on season one, so I'm gonna have to believe you.
See,
But it's a great show. It's a hidden gem for sure.
yeah. Um. Oh yeah. So like, he has like the hyper dying will mode. It's made of the same material as the dying will bullets. Can inject dying will flames, giving him the ability to use them as thrusters to fly. Ooh, because Tsuuna is part of the Vongola bloodline, he has the ability called Hypoinition, granting him greater insight than most. So yeah, it's really interesting. He can manipulate an exponent, unable to control the new flame. The VRX gloves, but has problems to control it until Spano gives him special contact lens. So what do you think of and 0 point breakthrough, a technique which can extinguish and freeze objects and flames of others? What do you think of all of that?
I mean, I think they're great. I haven't seen any of these in
Yeah.
action, so I have to see them because just hearing the name, like just hearing what they're called, it doesn't let me know how they're
Yeah.
used. They're used on,
Zero
but
point breakthrough. What do you think of?
uh, are they breaking like a speed point or like through a defense?
Um, kind of, sort of. They freeze objects in the flames of others, and through this version, he created his own 0 point breakthrough custom to capture the dying will flame attacks and converted the energy to his own. So
I
yeah,
you're reading
it's
from a
kind of
Yu-Gi-Oh card.
a Yu-Gi-Oh
I
card.
don't imagine that at all, but I'm gonna guess it looks really cool in the show.
Oh my gosh, I think I considered for my when I did my blog for the fire users. I think I actually talked about him.
Man.
Hyper dying will mode, that's still a thing. So even the dying will bullet comes back. The desperation shot. So if you think the dying bullet went away, it just comes back in a different form.
Well, I don't doubt that Reborn has different bullets to like get different results. I don't doubt that at all. He is an assassin after all.
uh, it's kind of funny. Either the bullet or eating the pill.
I
But
don't know which one I would want. I guess the pill. Oh, like the bullet
to
just
take the
still have,
power up pill, be like Super Mario. I take my power up any day.
yeah, I'll take that like a vitamin, but like
You'll hit the brick on the top and get your power up on when it drops down.
uh, yeah, I'll go with that one. I'll go with that over being shot. I'm sorry. Like bit of being shot. That makes it seem good. And then like, and then you also get shot at any time. Like, what if you're just now starting to get the courage to go do something that you like maybe would have regretted if you died, and then like Reborn like just shoots you in the kneecaps. Didn't even ask you if you were ready. Just does it. I don't. Yeah, I'll take the pill because he does do that. He will shoot you in the kneecaps.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I think his fighting style with the different desperation mode and hyper vendor shock, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. It's just like his own fighting style that he gets a little bit more control, but he still doesn't have control even in the first Mafia fight. He still rely on the bullets. So yeah, he's relying on something to give him the power, which he should already has, but he doesn't harness the power yet.
Why should he always have it?
I mean, I don't know. The other characters have it. They have it better than him.
Yeah, he's just a high school student.
And so are they. The other Guardians, they have more powers than he does in the beginning.
Yeah, but he needed to be walked through all of this, and that I understand.
Just baby steps. Oh my gosh, it reminds me of the anime. Oh, you remember baby steps?
No,
Really? About tennis. It's like
baby
hyper
steps.
analyzing everything.
No,
Oh
baby
my
steps.
gosh.
Do you mean Prince of Tennis?
No, it's baby steps. I think it's baby steps. It has to be.
Well, I'm gonna say I believe you, but I do not know what baby steps is.
Okay. All right, so yeah, story of a boy makes the most of the hard work and perfectionist nature to learn tennis. So he's constantly analyzing and stuff like that. Man, you need to watch more sports anime. I'm sorry.
That just sounds like an anime nobody watches.
Oh, okay.
It sounds
Okay.
like an anime no one watches.
Well, thank you for your insult.
I'm sorry.
It's like,
Never
meh.
heard of that
That
ever.
that that sounds terrible. Meh.
If anyone else ever mentions it to me ever again, then I will retract that statement. But I don't
Oh,
think that happened.
oh my gosh, that might be even worse. Oh, see, this is what you do to her. You just get roasted on the podcast, and then lady's like, yeah, in the snappy voice. Like, I don't know nothing about that. Ah,
I don't. Now I don't like I'm literally looking up your it's okay. Everything but baby tennis is pulling up.
Baby Steps
Baby
TV
steps.
series.
Baby steps. Oh, baby steps tennis. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one knows what this is. It's totally fine.
Oh, whatever.
It's ranked 8,162 on my anime list. I don't need to sit here and take your sass. No one
Oh
knows.
my gosh, you know how biased my Mao is.
Rank.
Oh, my
I'm sorry.
this is biased. You know that, right?
I'm sorry. It's so far down. It is
Wow, it's still
even.
biased. I don't care what people say. There's no way that flipping FMA is still the top of the my anime list for so long. It's no way.
It sounds like you're not ready to accept these things, and that's okay.
No, I'm just saying that Mao is still biased though. Maybe they have good articles. It's
Mm,
wait, what? Oh, it's wow, whatever.
mm, mm.
I've seen the ranking. I don't like you right now.
Okay. Baby steps. There.
Yeah, just like Tsuana, he has to learn being the boss by little bit, baby steps. Coach him along the way, and hopefully he understands the power of the desperation will bullets and putting adrenaline, the opposite effect of putting steroids in you and actually pumping you up with more power. And don't do that, by the way. It's not. I don't recommend that. So that's
Wow.
just a disclaimer.
Thank you, Mason.
You don't need a repeat of Mike Armstrong with the Olympics again.
No, 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 no pump ups, guys. But
Exactly.
it is a great show. It does not require much background knowledge on it to watch it. I had
Yeah.
very and I loved it. So
And I can just, I didn't reveal too much so she can watch as much as she wants later and still like it more.
I mean, even if you reveal stuff, like it's not
It's
easy.
not like that type of anime that's like going to be a big shocker if it's revealed.
Yeah.
It's not like flipping Naruto and yeah, the Ninja War is coming out and this happens. It's like, oh, okay, what did I miss? It doesn't build up like that. I don't know. It's a comedy showing type genre, and the mafia. You know, the
Or
gangsters take on control, and yeah, not Al Capone type mafia, but the Italian mafia. I don't know. Think of Gunsmoke. There you go. Oh, got any final statements?
um no, your last statement just I think it wrapped it up perfectly.
All right, guys. Well, this concludes the episode of MC Anime, the 23rd episode of Hitman Reborn, and our lovely discussion anime and fandom culture to bring to you to the spotlight. Enjoy your time.
Talk to you next